Hello guys, this is ScherBR talking, and I just woke up from yesterday. There was Valentine's Day on Brazil, and I woke up and see this new event here, the Accursed Souls. Well, that's common for me. Just woke up and see a new event. This was not announced, but it's here. It's an event related to Sadamitsu. I don't know if this having Sadamitsu will change the course of the event, just like there was with Rufus on the caverns. Well, let me just click on the notice to see if there's some information here from this event. Let me click here, notice. Yeah, there's information here. It says, of course, it shows. Okay, there's some background on the event here. It says that there's a second part of the event that begins on 18 June. There's information on quests. It only says what gems we can get from the stages and a title on the end. I don't care about titles. And there's more quests here after this first one, and also give you gems and titles. But the most important thing is not even the gems that you get here, it's just the unique chests that drop from the every stage you have a unique chest, so that probably the best rewards are from there. You also see here that it's hunting missions, and you can see on the daily missions like it says here, just like the divine craftsmanship event. And you need to defeat this enemy, call it the vague guard. By the time multiple times defeated, you'll be getting some items here. It's steel hammers, bizarre crystal, jagged blade. This jagged blade here, I would like to see what it is, but I do believe it's weapon to raise the skill of another weapon. And also this Awakening Ember, the most important thing, and this Infinity Gem, I'm not so sure what it is. I'll need to check the event. It says here, yes, exactly. The Bizarre Crystal and the Bizarre Rainbow Crystal are items required to upgrade and evolve the Jagged Blade Sword. After you have evolved the weapon to 6 star, you'll be able to limit break the weapon without using the Awakening Embers. So that's just like the event, the Queen's Tutor event. There was a work similar to this one, that you have to just get a lot of copies of it and limit break without using embers. So that's interesting, but yeah, there's also the skill that we also have to raise. Maybe there's another weapon that is used to raise the skill. So that's information on the exchange booth. That's the 6-star weapon here, the Jagged Epicenter, and the items that you need to trade. There's 2 currencies, and it says here there's 2 currencies in the event. That's Valkyrie Feather and Infinity Gem. The Infinity Gem is probably the rarest. Like you said, you need to kill 1,000 of this enemy just to get one. So it's probably a rare and limited item, and you only need 4 of it. You see here. No, there's this other information here. You can get 20 of it, so that's probably not limited, but very hard to get. And there's information on hammers, okay, and the event ends on 27 June, and exchange booth ends on July. Okay, let's start the event and see what it happens. Well, there's this first event here. Just there's 2 already unlocked. The prologue is already unlocked. I'm not so sure why this is already unlocked. It's because I have Sadamitsu. Well, I'm not so sure. Let's start with the first one. This is here. The enemies are weak to fire, and Sadamitsu is ice. Well, strange. If Sadamitsu is related to the event, and the enemies are weak to are probably strong to Sadamitsu. So they are weak to fire. Okay, I can just use my squad that I was using for this event that's running right now. The Machi collab. My Lynette is using a fire weapon, and the other characters are using lightning. Okay, let's just start with this squad because the dungeon will be very easy because it's just 300 recommended might. That's very little story to this. And an easy path around, just go to this ending point. Just one enemy. That's strange. Seems like a very fast thing if there's just one enemy. Okay, we didn't get any drop. You see, there was no currency. Let me just check the exchange booth from the event. You see, we didn't get anything. There's this orb here. I don't know why there's 20 of it. There's 3 of the red. Random skill orb. Oh yeah, this is a random skill orb, so that's why there's a lot of it. Okay, there's Nameless Hero Memory Book. You get 2 by just 1 Infinity Gem. And there's this weapon here, the Jagged at the center, that you need to get. Another copy of it. And the 5-star ones. Probably use it to limit break or just upgrade the skill. And a lot of hammers. There's not much thing in this event at all. I hope the second part has better stuff, because right now there's not much thing to do. Just get the sword and books. These orbs here are not that interesting to believe, because it says run 15 orb random skill, so probably not enough to when compared to 6-star runs for people that farm certificate for runs. Okay, let's keep on. Let's start with this new. Here it says easy. It's 1k recommend might. Guys, I'll just do something very fast here. I'll be just using my Lennart skill, so I can pass the fastest way possible for these stages. Now there's more enemies here. This probably will be drops from this stage, different from the last one. You see that it's probably a recordation from Sadamitsu, because if you have Sadamitsu, you know the end of his story, and this is not the end of his story. It's probably just before his death. Yeah, you know, now we got the currency, just 4. There's also the stamina potion. I did forgot to see if there is a banner related to this event. Let me just check. Well, there it is. It says in booted weapons drop rate increased, so these weapons will raise the drop chance. It says that it gives more damage to Accursed Souls, more damage again. It's layer weapon. This layer always gives more damage. But let me check this weapon trails here, and it has bad break. I'm not so sure what is bad break. But it doesn't say that it gives more drops, so no drops, just more damage. But also, this banner doesn't have the step up, so probably not worth to get these weapons unless you having a really hard time with the event. You see that this is a 5-star weapon, the Burn Pledge. Raise a shield to protect against fire damage. This is the first thing here. We didn't have so far this type of thing. It raises a shield to protect against fire damage. And recovers a tiny amount of HP from allies. The HP is not that much of a thing, but the shield to protect against fire damage seems interesting. This one inflicts curse, okay, but I will not summon to this event at all because I don't even know if this event is worth the farm or anything. There's no Ember here to farm yet, maybe on the second part. But let's just try the event without purchasing or just summoning. You see how enemies are weak to fire. That's strange, like I said, that Sadamitsu is strong to ice. He's weak to fire. Okay, let me get this one here and just take the fast way possible to reach the last stage. And it seems like this event occurs on after the death of Sadamitsu, so something happens on the land that he protected. Okay, so still very easy. I'll probably have some difference or difficulty around 40k mining. So far, this is just a walk on the park. Yeah, it's a recordation from the life of Sadamitsu before his death. And it will probably tie to the events going on right now. There's a lot of stages on this event. I'll just have to try my best to just run through it so I don't lose much time. And this video doesn't take too long to... you see the two events are related. He's just mourning himself. I like this skill from the replica because it kinda hits everyone instead of the place. I never saw it missing. So it seems that the enemies may be strong to lightning. If they are, I'll change my squad, but not right now. Still easy. Oh, we just got a 5-star version here, and it's the Jagged Blade, and then I place poison when attacking. Well, guys, this is interesting because, well, the last stage from the Bringer of Chaos event needs you to apply poison, and sometimes you don't want to use that bow from the event. You may just use it as a sub-weapon to raise the damage of other character. Well, I was planning to use killing, using that bow as a sub-weapon to raise the damage. I'm not so sure if it's worth or not, or just maybe use Rufus with this bow. And so it's interesting that this weapon can apply poison, so I can just have more chances of applying poison, so the boss get the weakness applied. So it's interesting, but it has yet another dark element type sword on the game. There's a lot of it. Why they release so much this dark element? In the event is weak to fire, not even dark. The AP is increasing, the AP cost, you see 28 right now, and still on the early stages of the event. So I have to be careful with the cost. Probably have to use some stamina pots, or just use the Facebook review. I had to use 3 of the skill for this boss to die, so this is a little getting him a little more resistance. So this was the very hard stage. The drops are still very little for we that need to 2000 of this drop. This will take a lot of time. I just don't hope this will go similar to the Lucian event. The dropped currency is less than the AP you spend on it. So this event is all over the place. You see, Sadamitsu is strong to it's from the ice element. The enemies here are weak to fire, and we got a weapon, the dark weapon. So everything does not work. Oh, I need to stop there. There's two roads here, different from the other stages. Didn't notice this. Well, yeah, I just managed to avoid having to do this for a second run. There's a chest there. So, starting from the stage, you need to go a second road to get the chest. And the AP cost is just raising and raising. If you count for the stage alone, it will be 40 AP just to clear it, 100% clear chance. So we just got another of these words. This is one of is also Venom Crusher and applies poison. Also, we need to check that it says deals a large amount of physical damage. Large is not the same as heavy, not the same as very heavy, so the damage is not that strong probably. Well, it says easy another, it doesn't even fill the screen. Well, at least the recommend is now 20k. It seems that the enemies will be harder to defeat right now. Now the stage here is just a straight path, different from the last one. And now the first stage is the medium stage, but it's probably the medium another, but the another is just not fitting the screen. You see that that's an R close to the second gems here. They really need to find a better font for this type of stuff. Okay, all enemies here weak to fire, so I'll still be using my Lynette with the fire. But, well, I do believe I should be using a different squad, because this is just a recycled squad from another event. Then, I just want to see if the enemies keep being weak to fire. Well, let's just... Well, this was wrong squad. The squad was using for farming tempers. Yeah, you see Altvir is here because he is from the fire element. I should be using him. He's not a bad card at all. Just as this is the wrong squad, I won't be using my skill. Just save it for the boss. You see that the enemies here are called Giant Juge. I need to check if this Giant Juge also counts for the mission for this event. No, it's the Duvai. Yeah, that's right. The enemy that we need to kill is called the Duvai Guard. The one that I just killed here right now. It's probably from the demon type. Yeah, this one is the demon type. The one on the back is the insect type. So the Vol Guard is the one that we are after. Okay. The drops are starting to increase. We are getting to the point of 1 AP is equal to 1 drop of the currency of the event. So now it's the hard another. It's just a strange way to call this stage. Well, I think I will just build a new squad based on the fire element. Makes more sense. Okay, I'll do this part here. Remove all the equipment. And get some fire elements. No, I just get out of here because I really like him. Arm green. Okay, that seems fine. Oh, this bow is transferred. So instead of using this Linnet here, I'll just use the original Linnet. As she has this word here. You can just use Tremolo, just fine. And Arn Green can just use the Vorpal Shade. So I'll just focus my damage on Arn Green. Next, this Linnet here, and the other being the Altavir. I like to just use Divine with Linnet. Altavir just needs the red. Okay, Altavir is done, and now it's just Arn Green, and Arn Green prefer the purple. Okay, that's fine. That seems fine. And now just let's do this quest, because now that's a good squad to be used. I was just using the wrong squad, and it will take some time, because we know that we're getting closer to the hard stages, and it just be good to be prepared. You see, Anidian is here as well, and Anidian is from the fire element. They are most telling us to use the fire element characters. Well, let me just feel the Purify Gouge now. There's a lot of normal enemies before the boss this time. Okay, now our Purified Gauge is on level 4. Let's just breeze through the next enemy and reach the bosses as soon as possible. Okay, let's start with this skill, the Purify attack. And the boss is already dead. Okay, so the petals are drops are raising. Still now a little better than the AP we use for each one of it. Now is the very hard stage. Let's go to it. This darn green here, it's Lox's Imperial, seems fine. So Ingrid here is not from the fire element, she's from the dark. She's one of the few characters showing up on the story that are not from the fire element. A lot of normal enemies again. This may take some time. You see this the Void Guard here again. This is the enemy we're after. Well, you see the Zarn Green damage was different from the others. You see that I know that the demon, this enemy is not a demon, it's a god. Because the Lox Imperium has plus damage against gods, not demons. I didn't play a notice. You see the name of this enemy is also God Insect. All of the enemies here are considered gods, even if this enemy here seems like an insect, he's actually a god as well. That's strange, huh? The most important ones are this Void Guard here, so we can get our missions. Boss time again. 2 Void Guards. Well, I need to check later which the stages have the more Void Guards, so we can just claim the mission faster. But right now, let's just kill this stuff here. Oh, I forgot to buff with the Lox Imperium. Okay, the enemy is down. Yeah, the petals are getting better, the drop hates at least. And there's at least another stage from this type of stages. And then there's this prologue here. It's after the story. So let's go to Divine. Another, you see, all of the enemies are named as God. Even if this seems like an insect or a humanoid, it's always God. So the Lux Imperium is a very good weapon for this stage. I don't really understand when Money says that the enemy is tough, because what the hell, he fights? I'm not so sure if he fights. Oops, this stage has also another road. Whoa, this is 4 of the Devoid Guard. Seems a good person. Hate. Still not so sure if this is the best place to farm this enemy here. Okay, I was able to just get my characters moved to the chest. But this enemy is called Seal Guardian, but it's Seal God. And now our bow is full. I wonder where the chest is. And now there's just a boss for a fight. Okay, let's start with the Purify attack. And now the skill. Okay. You see the Vorpal Shade does a lot of damage, even because the boss is not resistant to it. It's not weak, but it's not resistant. Oh, my Altivir needs some limit break. Okay, stage cleared. We just got a title, Apostate. I don't care about titles. Unique Orb, Fire Defense. Okay. And 2 of the gold tickets. So this finished all the common stages. This one was unlocked since beginning, but it says prologue. So it's different from the ones we did so far. Let's just go to check exchange booth to see what we got so far. Well, 273, it's not much. I can even claim most of the stuff here. So okay, let's keep on. I just need to limit break my Altvir. Whoa, I can limit break him. So I'll just remove him from the squad. And instead I would be using my killing with a fire staff. Killing is one of my favorite characters right now. Well, killing doesn't seem so fine. Maybe Norn. Or maybe Rufus with a fireball. Ah, I can use the fireball. Forgot. What do I have from the fire element? No, maybe I'll just use Sadamitsu. I really like him. Yeah. Okay. So let's get to the next stage. I also didn't notice, didn't check if Sadamitsu has better damage. No, he doesn't. Being in his event and all, he could just get bonus damage, but it's not the case. Okay, let's go to this prologue here. I'll use Jazol. Alphonse is one of the best characters too. And then we have to defeat everyone again. Seems like that's Mega Man. And we go straight to the boss first. There's no enemy here. Chudurai Guard and Desturai Guroval. Well, it seems easy because of the stuff I brought. The enemy is just weak to fire, but not strong to anything else. Okay, this was easy. A 6-star hammer, but the drop currency was not that good. Well, I just missed the check. This enemy here is also weak to lightning. Well, I don't know if it's the boss or not. I'll just go straight using my strength. If it's weak to lightning, I will really like this because I can bring killing. Killing is just monstrous for damage. Also, it's just strange that these are also the elements from the characters from the Machi, so they are from fire and lightning as well. Yeah, the boss is weak to lightning and fire. But only resistance to lightning, to light, Holly. They call Holly the light here. Well, you like to defend him. Okay, so still very easy because we just have a lot of power. This event was released way early in Japan, so that's why it seems a little easier than the other events we have so far. Okay, now it's a 6-star from the sword, hammer, and the drops are still not good. Strange that it's prologue, middle, and epilogue. And you see the record mine is here is 50k. This is probably the last stage of this event. At least I hope they are not resistant to Holly. Well, I'll just bring this all. Another character that we still don't have it. Virgo or Vargo, like they translate it, is a character that will appear on the story mode, but he still is not able to get him. But I hope that we get him soon because he's a very good character. Yeah, no, I don't like this guy here. Fallen God Marich's Master. So let's start with the skill. Now this one, the Tremolo is very resisted here. But at least he's not weak to ice. You see how much damage? I believe this all here has a Lox and Imperium as a sub-weapon because he just did extra damage to this boss. Let me just check if this has Lox and Imperium as a sub. Yeah, you see? Lox and Imperium has God effective. It's heavy damage to God. So his first skill was the Vorpal Shade with the bonus damage from the Lox Imperium, so everything just got very easy. And we just got this Infinity Gem and 48 drops of currency. Also this hammer, another hammer for this board. There's still one more stage. Well, I'll change my squad because this Sadamitsu is not helping at all. Wish I knew that this next boss. There was a next boss because this I could save that other phones, but this one will be good as well because Jalahorn is fire and the enemy is weak to fire. But sadly, he's not a Maxic Jalahorn. It's just a level 1 skill. So let me remove this Sadamitsu here. But I don't remember how much stuff I have from the fire element. Probably just best if I use the an alien, but I don't like an alien, he's very low level as well. I think I just use Norn. Norn in the fire staff. Let me just get the meshes for Freya, and then I'll equip Norn with these other staffs here. Norn works well with Divine. Okay, so this seems fine. I hope this goes well. There's 3 chests here and just a boss. Oh, it's a dragon. The dragon's only weak to fire, but it's not strong to anything. So let's start with this replica's word. Now we just start with the Firestorm. Now the Jalahorn. Let's see how it goes. We just did. Whoa! Well, this damage was a very, very high damage. So okay, I'll just give a look on here and just strategize a little better and get back to this stage. You see that they just want us to kill it at a single turn. It doesn't seem like we are able to survive such a thing unless we have the buff. I don't have the buff, so I'll have to build something to kill it on a single attack, a single turn, okay? So we'll see each other in the next video. Thanks.